That would help if I have it where you guys can hear me. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope everybody is doing okay tonight. Ah, what a fun day. Actually, it was a good day. Got a lot done today, so that was a good day. I hope everybody is doing well, and I hope you're having a good night. So before we get into everything tonight, before we get into this tonight, I just want to remind everybody we have a very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask everybody to please be decent, no racism, no nastiness. If you cannot follow those really simple, easy rules, you will be booted out of here. Okay? So, before we get into this, I got to address this because it was like I'm reading the comments and I'm like, really? Okay. So, I got to address this first of all. All right. So, you saw me jackhammering on that rock. All right. Well, first of all, that's bedrock. I mean, it is probably granite. It's a super solid rock. Um, and I'm trying to the way that was the highest rock as you came in. A lot of cars, the smaller cars, were hitting that because there was scrape marks on the rock itself from where they hit it with their cars. And so the game plan was to get that knocked down as much as I possibly could, and and go from there. So was working on that, did the video, obviously talked about what I was going to continue to do with that, and so I continued to work on that after um, I stopped making the video. And then Johnson and Bruce came in. They came down the road, and so they, obviously I knew they were going to be coming at some point back today, and so Angela Fleming said, "I've scraped my car on those types of rocks." Exactly. So what we did then, the three of us would each take a turn with the jackhammer, and we got that rock breaking pieces off at a time. Because I got told in the comments, "Oh, all you're going to do with that type of bit is break holes or drill holes in it. You're not going to break anything off." Well, we did. We broke everything off. I got it down really well. And then what I did is I put gravel over the top of everything. And driving in that spot now is beautiful, to be honest with you. So just wanted to put that out there for all the naysayers. And here's something else I want to address too. Okay, I'm not being critical, and I'm not like oh, they're attacking me. It's not nothing to do with that. I had somebody say, well, why don't you? First of all, they said the bulldozer got to come here and dig that out and take that out. Well, it's not. You're not doing that with that rock. That's not going to happen. It is a huge rock. And then somebody said, well, why don't you get proper equipment and somebody to come in and do it? Well, the whole concept of trying to do things in your own projects and get things done. Number one, yeah, bulldozers do not break rock. Exactly. The whole concept of the whole thing, anyway, is to do as much as I possibly can to myself, or the people that are with me, to do it ourselves, not hire somebody else to do everything all the time, just because it's not easy. Now, it was not easy today. I'm going to tell you that right now. It was not easy, but we took turns. We got it done. We got it down really well, and it was a long piece of rock. And so that rock is still buried in the ground. I don't even think dynamite would get that rock out of there. I mean, it's a huge rock. So, uh, you know, it's and I dug out a rock one time, and the deeper I dug, the bigger the rock got. Exactly, Delbert. Exactly. And so, we got it done. And the thing is, I don't know. Some of you may think that I have unlimited amounts of money to just hire everybody to do everything for me. I don't. That's a project that I've been thinking about working on for a while. So again, yesterday when I got frustrated with the rain catchment system, and I had to walk away from that for right now. I cut the lower meadow yesterday, and so I said, well, let me see how much I can get done. Well, I did all of it. You know what I mean? You get what you pay for. I'd get a Bobcat. Well, Bobcat ain't going to take that out either, right? Yeah, Bobcat's not taking that out either. If you saw it, you would understand. If you were here and you physically saw the rocks that we cabbed at a couple different spots, and that was the biggest, highest one, and so we took care of it. But anyway, so I cut the entire lower meadow yesterday. I got up this morning, and I knew we were going to get rain, and we did get the rain. The rain came this afternoon. Uh, I said, I'm going to get the upper meadow done today. And so I did the upper meadow this morning. I was finished with that. It was about 2.5 hours it took me. And I actually got more into an area that still needs to be done. So I was working on that today as well. So I worked on that, got all that done. And then I'm like, okay, the next thing I want to do is get working on that road and get, that at least one of the rocks knocked down. So that's what we did today, and I'm actually very very happy with what we got accomplished. It takes time, you know. Yeah, bedrock means it goes forever. Exactly. So, but yeah, as one of the village people, that's funny. Uh, yeah, I'm the construction worker, but like I said, it's just I love all the armchair quarterbacks that tell you what you should do, how you should do it. And sometimes, you know what? Sometimes you guys are right. You're absolutely right sometimes. And sometimes you're absolutely wrong. And in this situation, you were absolutely wrong. What we got done, you got to get into that rock. You got to break it off in pieces. And that's what we were doing. So, and again, all those people that were giving me all that great advice, I would love to see your videos on how to do it the right way, because obviously so many of them are experts and know exactly what is what. So that would be great. I would love to see that. Oh, Sunburn Hillbilly says, your land, your choices. Well, it amazes me. It just amazes me. There's a lot that has to be done here. And again, I always talk about STD, right? Methodical, work at it, get things done, make forward progress. And that's what we were doing. But we're not talking about nice, easy rock to get into. It was some tough rock. So, but anyway, that project's done. If you drove through that area now, you would never even know that that big rock was in there because it's all graveled over. It's nice and smooth driving in and out of there now. It's amazing. So, you know, these are things that have to be done, and it's just basically sweat equity, hard work. And somebody's like, work smarter, not harder. Well, you know what? When you want to send me the money to go hire somebody to do it, I'll be more than happy to do that. And in the meantime, I have to do what I have to do. Uh, you know, so, but it's done, and there we go. So, but people just amaze me. You know. All right. So there's my vent. I wanted to get that out of the way. I saw those comments. I'm like, really? You know, haven't you seen Mark Randy put a jackhammer on his own Alaskan bedrock? I have not seen that myself. Yeah, you're right. Delbert said if you dug the rock all the way out, you'd have a hole then. Exactly. So it's like I said, we got it done. It's squared away now. Much much nicer coming in and out on that spot because you're not going up over this tremendously large rock. So it's as simple as that. And and there's a couple more rocks that have to be dealt with, and that's what's going to happen. So all right. So we're going to talk about now that we've had our little rant. What do we have? 345 in the chat. We're 170 on the thumbs up. So again, guys, real quick, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. And yeah, I made the road more drivable, and that's exactly what the game plan is with that road, is getting it as squared away as we possibly can, and it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be easy. It is what it is. But anyway, so Again, if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, please do so. Also, it really does help with the algorithm, so I thank you for that reason as well. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you ahead of time. All right, so uh, poor Canada today. Large parts of Canada, Ontario. I know they were talking Montreal, New Brunswick. All that area over there was internet providing and cell phone provided by a certain company. They have no idea what caused the outage, but a lot of people were out cell and internet service today in those areas. Okay, so we're going to talk about a couple of different things with that. So the reason why it happened, they don't know. They don't know. Okay. Um, but here's something I want you guys to think about. We're going to talk about a couple of different things. We're going to talk about can that type of stuff happen here? But I want you to think about this. Before Russia did their invasion of Ukraine, right? They jammed all their signals so that they could not communicate. So it screws everything up. If you're not able to communicate, talk to each other, and do that type of stuff, it makes it easier for the enemy to come in and attack. All right. So that's what they did just before they invaded, in Ukraine. Here's something also to think about. At any point in time, if the government decided that, and it included government buildings in Canada. Wow, that's not good. So is that sabotage? Is it a test? Somebody's seeing what they can do and what they can get away with. You don't know. So and okay, so here, yeah. So I want to address one more thing as well, and then we'll get back on talking about this. So I had one particular subscriber, and everybody was making comments about Hella, and I was showing me picking her fur off and stuff like that because she's shedding. She's a German Shepherd. That's what they do. She's not molting. She's shedding. It's that time of year, right? So one individual, everybody that made a comment, he would say, "Oh, well, he needs to go get a brush for her," and blah 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 blah. And then he was, very sarcastic. Well, maybe one of his people that are coming in will get a brush. Well, I was I was out the other day and I forgot to get her a brush. So I went out again today, this afternoon, um, and so I stopped at the store and I got a brush for the dog. So Jesus, please just let it go. Again, my dog, I'll do what I want with my dog. Because I didn't have a brush, I was doing what I could to help her. I did get a brush, and I've been brushing the crap out of her ever since. So please, just let it go. All right. But thank you all for your judgment. It is very much appreciated. God. Oh, all right. It amazes me. It amazes me. Um, it really does. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not angry about it. I'm just like, really? Here, my favorite, guys, my favorite. You need to do this. No, real quick, I don't need to do anything. Um, I don't need to do a thing. I can do whatever I want to do, and I will do whatever I want to do. So I'm just like, oh my God. Oh, it's fun. Being a YouTuber is a blast. It is a blast. So, but yeah, it did turn into a hairy situation. I had a clump of hair like this. And I still need to grow more, and I will. So don't worry about it. So, oh my goodness. Okay, so here's what I want you to understand. Okay, going back to the situation like what's going on in Canada right now. Our government, any government, like everybody always talks about, oh, China, they're so repressive and they control their people and they do this and that and the other thing. Anytime that our government wants to, they can turn off the internet like that. They can kill the phone service, jam the phone service. like that. You can do it in a blink, okay? Ed, tonight you are copying an attitude. Well, you get tired of it. You get tired of it. It's just that some of these people are just like, it's like enough is enough. But I left the comments up there. I didn't delete anybody's comment like that because it's like, whatever. But I'm just like, oh my God. But I'm going to tell you what, that dog right there is probably treated better than most people treat their children. Okay. Just so you know. She's probably treated better than a lot of people treat their children. So she's a very, very spoiled dog, and she knows it. But anyway, but again, the government, anytime that it wants to, can shut us all down, and there'd be nothing you'd be able to do about it. I mean, I always laugh when people say, "Well, when I've talked about if they ever declared martial law, right? If they ever declared martial law, that what would be the how would they do it? People, oh, there's not enough military to do martial law. They can't control everything, and you're right, they can't. But what they can do, and I want you to think about this, guys. You think about all the traveling we do on a regular basis as human beings to work, back home from work, wherever the case may be. Every major fairway, 390, 490. I'm going from in New York, 390, 490, I-90. Um, the I-95 corridor. You have 77, 81. Any of those highways, right? All they got to do is put up roadblocks. They don't need to control the whole thing. You control one section of it, and you watch who does what and where, who goes where, and stuff like that. But it was the thing is they don't have to control everything. They can stop the flow of traffic. They can limit what you do. They can lock things down. So here's all they have to do too, guys. And I want you to think about this too. You're in a city, right? And I say, okay, we have a 10 p.m. curfew. If you are caught out on the street after 10 p.m. because we've enacted martial law, you will be arrested and you will be locked up. No due process, no recourse, because that's what martial law is. All the rules, all the regulations are gone. There is no protection for you as Joe citizen. You just are going to have to deal with whatever you're going to have to deal with. So if you are one of those guys like, well, they're not going to tell me I can't go out after 10 o'clock, and you go out and you get arrested and you disappear, they can keep you locked up as long as they want to. So how do you get rid of the troublemakers, right? How do you get rid of the agitators? That's how you do it. So, it's just, had you been working hard, you look tired. I am tired tonight. I'm not going to lie. It was a long day. I got a lot accomplished, so I was really happy about that. But yeah, it's been a long day. Uh, but but again, all these people that think, well, they can't do this and they can't do that. All right, let me explain something else, just so you guys know, so we're really clear. I did a video a while back, a couple years ago, and I said 90% of you will go to FEMA camps willingly, and here's why. Okay, and in that video, I explained, and it's really, really simple. I mean, it's so simple that people don't think about it. You live in a rural area, right? I'm not going to conform. I'm not going to do what they want to do. I'm going to, do my own thing. Well, that's great until they cut off the power. They cut off the flow of gasoline. So now you're not driving anywhere. You have no power in your home. They cut off the food. So you're not having any food shipments coming in. So you can't go to the store to get more food. So you're going to have what you have. Now, here's the other part that you need to think about. And I talked about this with one of my neighbors up here. And I said to him, I said, let me ask you a question. You could be prepped out the wazoo, and that's great. I said, and we're probably be better off than most people, especially being out in a rural area. But I said to him, if your daughter right there got sick and you knew that she could get life-saving treatment by taking her into whatever facility that you had to take her into, I said, you're going to do it. Even though you know you're never coming back out of there, okay? You're going to take that child in because that's your child. That's your life. You're not going to let your child die when you know that there's going to be a way to save that child's life. That's all they have to do, folks. They cut everything off and then they wait. They don't have to go in and go house to house and get into firefights, which they know that they would. They can wait you out. They can starve you out. And most people will go willingly and say, I've been cold, I've been hungry, I'm tired. Seriously? What is wrong with you? Just knocked her food dish over. They'll do so willingly. So don't sit here and tell me I'm not going to do this or I'm not going to do that. I could say the same thing, right? I could sit here and say I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to do that, but until we are in that circumstance, until we're in what? You're fine. Yes, you're fine. Well, I don't care. Oh, or you. So stop. Down. Um until you are stop. I don't care. No. You were outside a little while ago. Knock it off. No. Until you're in that circumstance, and I'm trying to do a live stream, and you're being very rude, spoiled, like I said. Um, Again, until you're in that situation, don't tell me what you're going to do and what you're not going to do because none of us know. None of us know. Now, why do we prep? We prep because we want to put ourselves in a situation to give us the advantage as long as we possibly can. Okay. That's why we do what we do. So, but again, you can't sit here and tell me what you're going to do and what you're not going to do until you're in that situation. So, but, something to think about. That's Well, she's watching. Everybody else is outside. They got the fire going, so she's watching them, and she wants to go outside. So I'm like, no, you're not doing that right now. But she's a good baby. But anyway, like I said, again, we just